The Rock's WWE career was just like a Hollywood movie in WWE. His career had everything from being an ordinary wrestler to being the top star of WWE. But in this journey, there were a lot of ups and downs, and there was a lot of violence and brutality. And we're gonna see it because this is every time The Rock bleed in WWE. So the first time Rock bleed in WWE was an actual internal bleeding, and this was serious. So this is a story of The Rock versus Ken Shamrock at WrestleMania 14. Ken Shamrock won that match by an ankle lock, but the rivalry was so intense that Ken Shamrock didn't leave him even after winning that match. He again trapped The Rock in an ankle lock, and suddenly The Rock started bleeding from the mouth. This was not fake and planned. According to the reports, The Rock actually damaged his blood vessels in the lungs. It was really horrific incident. Ken Shamrock was very dangerous back in the day. So the next time The Rock bleed happened in a steel cage match at 1998. It was a triple threat match, Ken Shamrock versus Mankind versus The Rock. It happened in WWE Breakdown in your house. So the Mankind was trying to get out of the cage, but The Rock stopped him. But Mankind slapped The Rock's head on the cell wall. The Rock started bleeding. But the ending of the match was so cool. So the Mankind was trying to get out of the cage, and at the same time The Rock pinned Ken Shamrock and completed the pinfall before the Mankind lands on the floor, and The Rock won that match. So the next time when The Rock bleed was little bit interesting. So on an episode of Raw 1999, The Rock was set to face The Undertaker in a casket match. The Undertaker won that match with little help of Triple H, and after that, Triple H brought his iconic weapon, the sledgehammer. The Rock was trapped in the casket. Triple H started smashing that casket in which The Rock was trapped. Triple H fully broke that casket. A hole also formed in the middle. Triple H did it very brutally. After that, when the medical team opened The Rock, we saw blood coming down from his body. They were taking him in the ambulance, but this was straight away cruel. But the next time we were in the 2000s, and this I think was the most when The Rock bleed. There was literally a pool of Rock's blood in the ring. So The Rock was going to go against Big Boss Man and his partner in a 2-on-1 handicap match inside a steel cage. Now The Rock fought very hard and somehow won that match. But then Triple H came and he did what he does best. He attacked The Rock, threw it on the cage wall many times, took brass knuckles and hit it on the face of The Rock. The Rock started bleeding so much. I cannot even show you that properly. This was bad. The blood was flowing like a tap water. So let's move to the next time The Rock bleed in WWE. Chris Benoit versus The Rock. It was fully loaded pay-per-view 2000 for the WWE Championship. Now here The Rock almost lost that WWE Championship. Shane McMahon gave a jumping chair shot to The Rock and The Rock started bleeding. He didn't bleed that much, but yeah, this was really unexpected. Nobody expected that The Rock was going to bleed in this match, and he even won that match. Chris Benoit was trying to steal the WWE Championship from The Rock, but Mick Foley restarted the match and The Rock retained his championship. Now in 2000s, The Rock bleed a lot, and the next time also came in this year. So this was No Mercy 2000, The Rock versus Kurt Angle for the WWE Championship. Now I'm very confused, how did The Rock bleed in this match? Because see, during the ending of the match, Kurt Angle went for an angle slam to The Rock. But during the execution of the move, Kurt Angle's head accidentally hit The Rock's head. Now I don't know whether this was the reason or after the ending of the match, you can see The Rock bleeding himself. You can clearly see. I don't know what was the need to bleed after the match, but confused, how did The Rock bleed? Now after this, The Rock and Rikishi's rivalry started, and Rikishi was the next person to make The Rock bleed. So on an episode of SmackDown, Chris Benoit took on The Rock, but Rikishi attacked The Rock. He gave his banzai drop to The Rock, and The Rock started bleeding from the mouth. At that time, WWE was trying to push Rikishi, but I think it didn't work that well. So the next time, it was a really great match, and it was a dream match. It was a 6-man Hell in a Cell Armageddon 2000. A star-studded match, everyone was there. The Rock, Stone Cold, Triple H, Rikishi, and almost everyone bleed in that match. But let's talk about The Rock. So The Rock and Triple H were standing on the top of the car, and The Rock had an upper hand, but Triple H gave a low blow and gave a pedigree to The Rock on the top of the car. The Rock started bleeding. You can see a cut on his face. Now the match was the real definition of violence. It was a really good entertainer, and I don't think we would ever see a match like this. And the next time The Rock bleed was a very iconic match. The Rock versus Stone Cold Steve Austin, WrestleMania 17. Now everybody knows about this match, and let's talk about how The Rock bleed. The Rock was attacking Stone Cold Steve Austin. The Rock was distracted a little bit, but when The Rock tried to go again for Stone Cold Steve Austin, Stone Cold Steve Austin smashed a ring bell on The Rock's head. The Rock started bleeding little bit, but as the match continued, Stone Cold Steve Austin targeted The Rock's head and The Rock started bleeding more. This match was epic. The photos and videos of the match lives rent-free in our head. And after this, The Rock again bleed next week at Raw. It was a steel cage match against Stone Cold Steve Austin. You got a WrestleMania rematch in a better way. So The Rock and Austin were fighting in the ring, but Triple H came and shook hands with Stone Cold Steve Austin and gave a sledgehammer on the face of The Rock. The Rock started bleeding. WWE didn't show it properly, but yeah, he was bleeding. Okay, so this one I forgot, that's why it's coming in the last. So at SummerSlam 1998, The Rock took on Triple H, ladder match for the Intercontinental Championship. This is one of the greatest ladder matches of all time. So Triple H threw The Rock out of the ring and then he throws him face first on the steel post. WWE missed to show that spot because of the action replay, but you can see that in the small screen. Triple H throwed The Rock and after that he started bleeding. Those were the days. So that's it guys, that's it. That's every time The Rock bleed in WWE. Honestly, it was hard to find every time The Rock bleed in WWE, as well as I had the most fun while making this video. So I hope you have liked this video. Till then, bye bye, see you soon.